Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and I'm here with some news updates from the Thaiger from around the kingdom. Happy Monday. Now, we're going to get started with a cryptocurrency scam. The CCIB has arrested 5 people in connection to a multi-billion baht scam. Let's get into this one. Now, the Cybercrime Investigation Bureau, or CCIB, has apprehended 4 individuals from China and 1 from Laos in relation to a cryptocurrency scam, resulting in a loss of over 2.7 billion baht. The fraudulent scheme operated via an investment platform called bchgloballtd.com and has reportedly deceived at least 3,280 people. The victims, who began stepping forward in November last year, were tricked into investing in gold and the cryptocurrency USDT. A thorough investigation by the CCIB revealed that many orchestrators of the cryptocurrency scam were also involved in other deceptive platforms. International law enforcement agencies, including Homeland Security Investigation, collaborated to secure arrest warrants for the 5 suspects. The quintet is being held accountable for collusion in committing transnational crimes, public fraud, disseminating false information into computer systems, and money laundering. Legal proceedings against them were initiated by the Office of the Attorney General on August 10th. Subsequently, on September 4th, the Anti-Money Laundering Office seized their properties valued at 585 million baht. Now, Kun Kisana, spokesperson for the CCIB, has assured the Bureau will continue to reach out to the victims to inform them of their legal rights. He also mentioned that victims can lodge complaints at thaipoliceonline.com or via the CCIB's 1441 hotline. Investment scams have reportedly caused the most financial damage among all fraud reported to the police. According to Kisana, many victims had invested their life savings or mortgaged their properties to invest in the scam. The victims were often lured by strangers or foreigners promising high and guaranteed returns with a short time frame via online platforms. So, yeah, I mean, everybody wants those get-rich-quick schemes, right? Crypto. As soon as, like, the crypto bros who were holding it from 10 years ago on the black, or basically dark web, as soon as they became millionaires, everyone got in the party. And not everyone in the party is operating in good faith. So thousands of people were scammed out of billions of baht. I'm happy to report that these 5 people are being brought to justice. All right, anyways. Let's move on to our next story. So we have a bit of an environmental disaster as some algae spiking is causing to excuse me, let me start that again. We have an environmental disaster. There is an algae bloom going on in Sriracha that is leading to a massive wave of dead fish. So, a beach in Sriracha was transformed into a macabre spectacle as a vast number of dead fish washed ashore on Friday, September 8th. The sight at Bangpra Beach was both surprising and concerning, with the sheer volume of dead fish proving too substantial for an accurate estimate. Locals, familiar with the ebb and flow of the seaside life, spoke to Thai media about the dead fish, putting forth their belief that the cause of the mass marine mortality was the recent monsoon that had lashed across Thailand. While Pattaya remained unaffected, the relentless days of rainfall altered the composition of the sea dramatically. The torrent of fresh water pouring into the sea led to a swift change in the sea's conditions. This sudden influx of fresh water triggered a natural occurrence known as plankton bloom that led to the dead fish. Characterized by a distinct green hue in the seawater and often accompanied by an unpleasant odor, this phenomenon is more than just an aesthetic disruption. It has a profound effect on marine life. The bloom of plankton depletes the water's oxygen levels, creating an inhospitable environment for fish, leading to their untimely demise, sometimes creating mass numbers of dead sea life as witnessed in Sriracha now. Officials and authorities have estimated that it will take approximately 1 week for the seawater to return to its normal state and the amount of dead fish to recede. Well, that's always scary. Bit biblical, right? Seeing like a massive wave of nothing but dead fish popping up. Can only imagine the smell there. That's nasty. But yeah, a natural occurrence, right? This is just a massive downpouring of fresh water into the ocean, causing a bloom of some sea life, the plankton, and leading to the death of other sea life, this massive amount of fish. Weird one. Probably avoid the beach down there for a couple of days. Moving on, we have some cannabis news as the former health administrator Anutin was facing a law case that has since been rejected by the Supreme Court. So, the Supreme Administrative Court has put an end to a lawsuit targeting the former Minister of Public Health, Kun Anutin, over his legislation of cannabis. The plaintiffs, who took legal action against the former minister, have been categorically defined as not being direct victims of the legalization of cannabis. Hence, their case has been dismissed. The news follows in the wake of the Administrative Court's earlier decision, which also dismissed the case, effectively taking it off the legal radar. Dr. Smith Srisont, the president of the Forensic Physician Association in Thailand, along with 6 opposition MPs of the previous administration were the plaintiffs who set the wheels of this case in motion. They protested in court against former Minister of Public Health Newton and 2 other individuals, claiming their decision to remove cannabis from the national list of narcotics was against the law. However, the court has put a halt to this cannabis lawsuit, stating that it cannot be pursued any further in the administrative court. The reasoning behind this is the plaintiff's lack of direct victim status. The court emphasized that the plaintiffs are not considered direct victims of the legalization of cannabis, thus nullifying their right to file the case. Newton has been a long, strong supporter of cannabis and was integral in its legalization. After the plant was declassified as a drug and growth and sales were legalized, with very little regulation or oversight, many considered it a blunder. But Newton was unfazed. He shrugged off the attempt to criminalize the herb again last year, saying that the debate over cannabis is decided and done. Opponents of legalization continue to push for cannabis to be reclassified as a Type 5 narcotic, which would be under the purview of the Office of Narcotics Control Board. But Newton says that cannabis legalization is for medical purposes and will not lead to an increase in illegal use by underage people. Last week, Newton reconfirmed his commitment, calling for the continuation of current medical cannabis policy under the incoming health ministership. He asserts that, if used correctly, cannabis provides immense benefits to users. Yeah, so just another sign that cannabis is here to stay in Thailand. This court case brought about by opposition MPs to opposition to Newton has been dismissed. Pretty funny court case too. The whole point was that they have to be direct victims of whatever the law was passed. And again, I don't know how other people using cannabis makes you a victim of it. It's one of those things, a bit of a live and let live kind of policy. And it seems that this case has been put to bed. Less controversy in that industry. We'll see how it continues with the new administration coming in and what kind of policies they'll enact for the future of this massive booming industry. All right, now we actually have some real controversy. So an ex-official has been accused of plotting an assassination at a dinner for one of his colleagues. So this is a weird one. Evidence gathered by Thai police indicates that Praween Changklai, aka Kamnon Nok, a former sub-district head of Tambon Takong in Nakhon Pathom's Mung district, orchestrated the assassination of a senior highway police officer during a dinner party at the 35-year-old's residence on Wednesday evening. Deputy Police Chief Big Jok, who is leading the investigation, revealed that the authorities possess the evidence and remain in the process of investigation. Additional details include the identification of those who abetted the shooter and the suspect's escape, and the subsequent obliteration of evidence such as CCTV footage and computer servers data from the crime scene. Big Jok stated that at least 4 officers would face charges, and further investigation would scrutinize the 25 officers present during the incident, which resulted in the death of Major Sivakorn Saibua, a local highway police station chief. Lieutenant Colonel Wasin Pandi, deputy commander of Highway Police Subdivision 2, sustained injuries during the ordeal. The police have identified the gunman as 45-year-old Kun Tananchai Mamnak, who evaded the scene post-shooting and was later killed in a gunfight while resisting arrest on Friday morning. Kamnan Nok had surrendered to the police station on Thursday evening. A breakthrough in that case occurred during a raid at Kamnan Nok's residence when a resident confessed to burying the murder weapon near a local waterworks agency reservoir in Mung district. The police later recovered a 9mm pistol wrapped in a tablecloth from the dinner party. This weapon will now undergo forensic examination. The investigative team revealed that the murder weapon was procured by a police officer in Nakhon Pathom, through a police welfare scheme. The officer reportedly sold the gun to Kamnon Nok last month, who then handed it over to Tananchai. Kamnon Nok refutes involvement in the crime, alleging that Tananchai acted independently. However, eyewitness accounts suggest that Kamnon Nok expressed rage when the victim denied a transfer request for Kamnon Nok's nephew, who served in the police force. The criminal court has approved the police's request for Kamnon Nok's detention until September 20th, during which further investigations and witness interrogations will continue. According to local laws, a suspect can be held for 7 12-day periods or 84 days before formal charges must be brought forth, or the suspect must be released. This is a big deal. This is a pretty prominent police member who was dealing with internal politics, I guess, trying to work with a little bit of nepotism. These are the allegations, all allegedly, of course. We have to let the justice process play out. But, yeah, apparently there's some politics involved going on with the police, and that's typical of any large organization, right? The more people that are involved, the more interests are involved. And when those interests end up not aligning, that can lead to conflict. But hopefully those conflicts can be resolved in a peaceful way, not in assassination. We'll get to the bottom of this one, hopefully, in the next few weeks, and we'll keep you updated because this story should be ongoing and very interesting. All right. Finally, let's end with some happy news, send you guys off into the week with some good vibes. So, Thailand is making headlines as it has appeared, and let me try that one again, guys. It's Monday. We're all starting a little slow today. What is this? U.S. News and World Report's been. Okay, cool. All right, so Thailand is making headlines by appearing in the top 30 list of U.S. News and World Report best countries. Thailand secured a place in the top 30 of the American media company U.S. News & World Report's 2023 Best Countries list. The Royal Thai Embassy in Washington, D.C. spread the good news on Facebook yesterday, drawing attention from Thai netizens and news agencies. The list was created considering each nation's global performance in various aspects. For example, daily life adventure, agility, cultural influence, entrepreneurship, heritage, quality of life, and more. Thailand garnered a respectable score of 52.9 out of a possible 100 as an overall assessment, solidifying its position at 29th place out of the 87 on the list. The report highlights Thailand's low rates of poverty and unemployment juxtaposed with the kingdom's competitive agriculture and manufacturing sectors contributed to the Land of Smiles' strong performance. The report also mentioned that Thailand is one of the leading rice exporters and a leader in textile, tin, and electronic industries. Moreover, Thailand is one of the most visited travel destinations in the world. The highest score that Thailand gained is the adventure category. The category focuses on adventure in people's lives that helps reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Additionally, the nation earned high marks in the heritage, movers, and open for business categories. The best country in the world goes to Switzerland, while the list's tail end is occupied by Iran. Notably, several other Asian nations have secured impressive rankings, including Japan in 6th place, Singapore 16th, China 20th, and South Korea at 21st. I don't know about all that. I think I'd put Thailand above all those other places. Personally, I don't know. I'm a sucker for this place, so I really love it here. But, China above Thailand? I'm not sure about that. I lived in China for a long time. I don't think I could really put China above Thailand. Not sure I agree with you on this list, U.S. News and World Report. But thank you for giving some credit where it's due. Thailand's great for adventure. I thought that was great that was like the highest score. It's so easy to get out and travel and see cool little places, funky destinations, and apparently that's very good for our mental health. So good on us. Yay, Thailand. Woo! All right, anyways, guys, that's our news updates for today, Monday, September 11th. We'll be with you again tomorrow for our members-only live stream, and we'll be back again live for everybody on Friday. Please stick around. I'll be with you in the comments right now. Have a wonderful Monday, guys. Bye. All right. Hey, everybody. What's happening? Hold on. What do we got in here? Let me say hi to everybody. I know Mojo's in here. Hey, John. Hi, David McMillan. Good morning. Who else we got? Scott D. Damien. What's happening? Sick Puppy. Happy Monday. All right. Crypto. No money there now. Yeah, tell me about it, Damien. Man, as an economics teacher, right, I've been teaching about cryptocurrency since like 2012. I've been on this stuff. I've known about it. I'm like, cool concept, never going to be anything. I was a fool. I should have bought crypto back then. But it turns out in the long run, I'm still right. Because crypto is, to me, a giant Ponzi scheme, man. Like, it's all pumping up. The whole point of a currency is that it's consistent in value, right? How can you value goods and services if the money is fluctuating like that? So it's being treated as a speculative asset where it just, the value is in the market demand. But there's no product. There's nothing actually there. So I'm sorry if there's any crypto bros in here, but I'm gonna leave my money in real estate and stocks and stuff like that. All right, what else do we got? Yep, El Nino's coming in, Sick Puppy. That's where all the rain coming in. Don't eat fish for a few weeks. I'm with you, Damien. Well, I guess the Fukushima thing is getting everybody nervous too. Been hearing about that. It's big propaganda news in China. Like, China's using that to rail against Japan big time. But that's a lot of dead fish, man. I didn't actually see the footage. I didn't want to see the footage, I'm gonna tell you. Doesn't look nice. Mojo's always eating chicken or pork. Come on, bro. You're down by you gotta try some seafood. Don't be scared. I know you're not scared. Mojo's not scared of anything, by the way. Definitely not. What else do we got? Not even the birds are eating those fish. Yeah, that's true. Clive, what's up, Clive? He said, yay, a Newton. I don't think anybody says yay a Newton for anything, but I think on this issue it's good. What a weird court case, right? Like, hey, them smoking is making me a victim. Like, I hate this. I'm a big decriminalize everything kind of guy. I think people should be allowed to do whatever they want to do if they are not hurting other people. But especially with cannabis, like any place where alcohol is legal, come on, like that's really the dangerous drug right there. Like I won't tell you what I got up to this weekend, but yeah, I always have a much worse time when I'm drinking. So, and I know that drunk tourists are a much bigger hassle. So I think this is something Thailand has embraced, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like in the future. What else do we got? Hold on. Yeah, they should charge these folks with court costs and legal fees for those who file a court case against Sweden. I'm with you, sick puppy, right? What a waste of time. And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they were just like, what is this? And they threw it out, so whatever. Yeah, dead men don't talk. Yeah, sad for the officer. He had a young kid. What a crazy story that, right? Like an assassination. Because, like, and the allegation is that it was because he didn't transfer the nephew to some post that he wanted to be transferred to. That's just insanity. Honestly, murder, bad, always. But over such trivial things, like small things, especially in a professional environment, right? This seems like it might have been related to some corruption, since it seems like nepotism was involved. Allegedly. Allegations, all right? I don't want to get in trouble myself. But yeah, it seems like the assassinatee might have just been standing his ground on some administrative thing and paid the price for it. So that's pretty tough, man. I really didn't like that story, but that's why we do the news. We got to tell you what's going on around here. Very interesting. We'll see what that conspiracy turns out to be in the end. Yep, wasting taxpayers' money. It's North Korea, not a so fun place. Hey, Elliot, how's it going? Thank you for coming today. Appreciate it. Do I smell fish? You are nasty, John. You lost money. You lost money there, Damien. Yeah, like I said, crypto, man, everybody. You know, I got in on a couple of booms. I was there for Dogecoin. I got in on that a little bit, made a little money on that. Sold, got out. But yeah, at least with stocks, right? Stock market, everyone, you know, stock market's insanity too. But at least when you're buying stocks, there's a business, right? There's a company behind it. There's a product or service being provided. So there's always some value in that stock because there's always a company. Crypto can just disappear. What was the name of that? So anybody can find that. There was some super, like one of the biggest scams of all time was this lady. I think she was Greek or something like that. She fleeced billions of dollars out of people for some coin that she just made up. It actually didn't even exist. They never even made it. And she just like made off. She's still on the, like I was watching like FBI's Most Wanted or something like that, and she was on the list. And that's why she was on there. So yeah, it can happen to everybody. I mean, like, you don't get billions of dollars without fleecing some very smart, rich people. And yeah, a lot of people, I think it was NFTs. As soon as NFTs came out, it's when crypto kind of jumped the shark, right? Like a lot of people were like, all right, crypto I kind of get, but you want me to pay for art that I don't own? Yeah, apparently. People kind of turned off to the whole crypto thing after that. We'll see. All right. China and Japan love each other so much. Yeah, Damien, you're a master of international relations there. Yeah, man. I can't think of two countries that hate each other more than that. Yeah, I got to tell you, though, like the historical reasons are there, though. As someone who lived in China and realized how much they just viscerally hate Japan, it has a lot to do with Japan not teaching their history, right? They don't, the way that the Germans teach about like, oh God, what did we do in World War II? What was going on? Like the Germans know about it, and the Germans are like doing, they've 180'd, right? In Japan, this is a lot of America's fault because we kept the emperor on, we wanted consistency and stability in Japan. So we never really did the whole truth and reconciliation thing with Japan. And so, you know, Korea, Philippines, China, all of these places still remember the damage and the trauma caused by Japan from World War II, and the Japanese typically don't acknowledge it. So I can understand that anger and that ire. At the same time, I think they're all being silly because they're all each other's biggest trading partners. They all travel to each other all the time. So it'd be nice if they could bury this hatchet and move along. But you know what that does? You know, international politics. It's nice for domestic politics if you have a nice enemy to blame things on. Am I right? It's those Mexicans coming across the border. It's the Middle East or something like that. It's classic 1984 politics. So honestly, Japan and China hating each other, that's good for each of their own domestic politics. Weird one. Where are we going? Physical value worthless. Yeah, gold. Sure, why not? Gold is always solid. It's always there. I think that was a good pun. It's a good one, huh? Find me a fight that got started on weed. Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody. There's no fights on cannabis, man. It's like, oops, sorry, I bumped into you. I can find you plenty of fights started on alcohol. Bought 8 Ethereum for $300, sold at 5,000 each. All right, K-Bomb. That's what I'm talking about. You got lucky, bro. That's good stuff, man. And yeah, knowing when to get out is always the good thing. So I got tons of friends that have made tons of money on crypto, and all of them are like, yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in it either, but hey, if there's money to be made, there's money to be made. So you're just paying attention to the market, cashing out, baby. Enjoying that slot machine. I love it. And it's smart, too. Clive, looks like I'm taking my Dogecoin to the grave. You should have gotten out, Clive. You should have gotten out. It's okay. All right, it's fine. Dang, I'm banking on Doge. Just wait for one more Elon Musk tweet. I think we'll get Doge back up to market value. Oh, and Damien, yeah, World War II. That's what I'm talking about. Learn your history, Japan. All right, guys, I think I'm going to make a move today. Hey, comedy tonight, okay? Stand-up comedy, 420 High Garden. If any of you guys are in town, I'm doing comedy shows every week. Follow me on Instagram. I'm LaTourist. Follow me for all the events that I go to. I do tons of fun stuff, so you can always follow me around. Join me, why don't you? All right, everybody, have a lovely Monday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.